Hello everybody, welcome to Moreality, your channel for React Native content, and today we are going to be going over the KeyboardAvoidingView component. Okay, let's get right into it. So let's go over to our components folder, create a new file. Let's call this KeyboardAvoidingComponent. .js. Okay, and what we're going to do is RFNE. So now we have our component set up, and we can go back over to app.js and add in our keyboard avoiding component. Okay, so now if you look on the simulator, you can see the text that the component is rendering. We can go ahead and get rid of that. And what we're going to do is create a text input, a button, and some text so that it can push all that stuff up in the keyboard avoiding view. Alright, so what we're going to do is have the touchable without feedback. And this is basically going to make it to where it dismisses the keyboard. So right here we'll have an on press, and this is going to be keyboard. Let's go ahead and import that from React Native. .dismiss. So that'll dismiss the keyboard whenever we click this button. Okay, so now we're going to have a view, and we're going to set this to a style, and this style is going to be styles dot inner. Okay, and we could go to the bottom right here and do RNSS to import the style sheet, and then go over here. Make sure you import style sheet from React Native, and then we're going to have, or we'll add the styles after, but there's the first style, and then in that view we're going to have a text, and the text is going to say header, and then this text is also going to have a style, and we're going to call that styles.header. Okay, then the next thing we'll have is a text input. This is actually going to be self-closing because it doesn't need to be apparent, and we will give it a style, and this will be styles dot text input. Okay, and then we are also going to give it a placeholder, which is going to be username. Okay, so make sure we import this from React Native, and I believe text. We already got text. Okay, so now you can see our text input is right here, and so is our text. So a couple more things. Next, we're gonna add a button. Here's a button, and that's going to be self-closing. And the title for this button is going to be submit. So we could have like a little little practice on as if this was like a sign-in. So, and then it's going to have an on press, which this is going to be an arrow function to null, because we don't necessarily need it to do anything. So now that we have our button set up, we pretty much have everything set up right now. We just need to add up the styles. So go ahead and put inner here, inner. It's going to have a padding of 24. It's going to have a flex of 1 and justify content and make that space around so it spaces everything out evenly. Okay, and for the header we are going to have this is going to be font size of 36, just to make it easier to read, and a margin bottom of 48. Okay, now that's it for the header. And for the text input, let's put the comma, text input, we're going to have a height of 40. We're going to have a border on the bottom, so it's going to be a border color of black. So a border bottom width of 1 and a margin bottom of 36. Okay. And we're just going to have, for this view up here, this also has a style of button container, so it's gonna be styles dot button container, just like that. Okay, and then we could actually add this on top, button container, no comma there. Okay, and then it's going to be a background color of white, so it's going to be hashtag FFF, and it's going to have a margin top of 12. Okay. So now I believe that's all of the styles that we need for now. There's going to be one more later on. And so now we have this, and when we click this text input, as you can see, it covers the submit button. We don't really want that, so what we're going to do is change this view out with the keyboard avoiding view. And then change this one out too. Keyboard avoiding view. Do we import that? Yep. Okay, so now I just need to actually remove this because it's going to be blocking the keyboard avoiding view. Okay, so now when we click this, let's refresh. Make sure I got the keyboard on. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Another thing is we need to add a certain behavior. So this is going to be for iOS because Android has a built-in keyboard avoiding view. So when people are using keyboard avoiding views, it's mainly for iOS. But you could also use it for Android. So we'll have platform.ios equals to iOS, and this is going to be a question mark, add padding, and height. Okay. And then we're going to also give this a style, and that's going to be styles.container, which we need to make down here. This is the last one we need. Container. And this one is going to have a flex of 1. That's why I wasn't able to shift everything up because it doesn't have a flex of 1. So now if we click this, it shifts everything up. And you can click return, click this, a random select button, and see, moves everything out the way. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.